For the next minute and a half, I want you to imagine that you have become the rap sensation that you have dreamed of since you were young. From seeing Dr. Dre and Eminem and Kanye West and Travis Scott and Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole on the billboards, now you have finally became a solidified member in the music industry. You have achieved 254,000 followers on Instagram and 267,000 followers on Twitter. You have a net worth of 520 grand. Congratulations. These are two big achievements. Not only that, but you also have amassed a 1.3 million monthly listener fan base on Spotify alone. Not to mention Apple Music, not to mention Tidal, and not to mention YouTube Music. Not to mention that, but you have also been on the Trevor Noah Show, which is an extremely popular talk show. Not only that, but now you have started a book reading company. You are a young entrepreneur. And to top it all off, your latest album that you released in 2018 has been getting scouting hot reviews from amazing reviewers like Anthony Fantano and Pitchfork that are giving you more than the praise. Anthony Fantano giving you an 8 and Pitchfork giving you an 8.6, making you one of their best reviewed artists of 2018. So, with that being said, what would you name yourself? Noname? Okay, you name yourself Noname. So how are you gonna fuck all this up? Well, we're about to get into that. Thank you guys for tuning into my channel. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a subscribe and make sure to like that video and make sure you click all the links in the description. I'm doing a bunch of other stuff. I own a clothing line and I also own a podcast with a couple other fellow artists and a couple other friends. One of them Dave at Havoc Dave, one of them Static 8 Media, Damon, and one of them is my boy Eli. You can follow him on Hilo, and I'll have all of those in the description except their Instagrams and everything. I'm gonna have those in the description of the podcast if you do end up checking that out. And then I will also do a clothing line, and you can check that out too, havoclothing.com. You can also check out my record label, Havoc Records, and you should also check out the my personal Instagram, and you can follow me on all my Instagrams. I'm gonna have all of this in the description, but let's get into this video. How are you gonna fuck this up? What do you not do? So before I even get started into this and really give you all that context around this, she jumped on to an interview the other day, which I'm gonna roll the clip here in a second, about how she thought that she didn't really feel comfortable performing in the predominantly white crowds because they do say the N-word, and she would rather perform in front of black crowds, which I'll roll that right now.
Has it started? Is this it?
Why? What are you going to do if it has started?
I was going to be like, okay, let me just really make sure I'm speaking into the mic clearly.
One, two. How are your shows, by the way?
I don't think it fully caught me that we did 4,000 like tickets. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I've never done that even in my hometown. I've never done that many tickets.
Oh, really?
No.
Were they good fans?
Amazing.
Okay.
Incredible.
Right.
Incredible. Every time I come to London, they're incredible.
What's your favorite type of crowd?
Probably an all black crowd. I'm not gonna lie to you. And that's really, it sounds petty, but I'm writing music from my black woman perspective.
So with that being said, I can understand that, but you got to understand at a certain point, white people do run this industry, and white people will end up going to your show. So I'm sorry, but predominantly black crowds don't really exist. Well, they do, but it's not very common in music, as the majority of Texas is white, the majority of Colorado is white, the majority of California is white, the majority of the USA is white. It is 73% of the country. So, whenever you take that into consideration, you got to really understand that white people ain't going to your show saying the N-word out of hate, you feel me? They saying it because it's in your music. But I do think that it is wrong, and I do think that they should not be saying it. Anyone with white skin should know better than to say the N-word in public. It comes off a little cringy, man, whenever I hear my white brother saying N-word this, N-word that, N-word this, N-word that. And I'm going to stay away from y'all now. I'm not associated with y'all if y'all going around saying that shit. I'm not trying to be the body that gets caught. I'm not, because I know if I was an African American, I would be beating some ass if I heard some ignorant ass white dude coming around saying that shit. But I digress. So she goes on, some dude tweets at her, and goes, no black dudes go to crowds, or no black people, African Americans, go to concerts, which is true, but it isn't. Anyway, she continues. She then says, I'm not going to continue to dance on the stage for white people. Well, I didn't really have a problem with this that much until she went on a social tirade after a single tweet. She started going how white people are mad racist for this, and she started saying stupid, very ignorant, hateful shit, really, about how white people, how she's about to be hating all white people because of this. In 2 days or whatever, she tweeted that. I was like, oh, okay, so this is different. This isn't about you taking a stand. This is about you being utterly racist. Okay, I feel you. So it's fight racism with racism. Fight the racist with racist, man. Doesn't that make you racist still? If I started beating up, let's say, for example, I hate some black dude beat me up for being white. What am I gonna do? Beat him up for being black? You see how stupid that sounds? If an Asian beat me up for being white, what am I gonna do? Beat him up for being Asian? Y'all see how stupid that sounds? Since when did fighting fire with fire kill the fire? It makes more fire. So look, I do think she has a point. But was the point executed well? No, not at all. And it actually comes off as extremely hateful. So I think that her point gets invalidated. And I think that she really needs to learn her place in this, man. And what she could have done is whenever white people were saying that at her concert, she could have really stood up for herself and said, you know what, guys, I really don't appreciate you guys saying that. She then went on to say that the Baby, Smino, and Megan Thee Stallion's music ain't their crowds ain't black as hell. I'm gonna be honest though, the music that I've heard from Noname or No Name reminds me kind of Tyler the Creator. It reminds me kind of Gold Link. It reminds me kind of all of these more. Man, I'm just gonna say it. This shit sounds like it's meant for white people, man. Meant for white people. Okay? It's meant for it. Like, I don't really know what to expect, man. There's music that you really do see the majority of white people listening to, and it's some corny shit, bro. Why you think Eminem is the best-selling artist of all time? You think that's because of black people? You really think that's because of black people? No. Eminem is not the best-selling artist third best-selling artist, best-selling rap artist of all time. I think Lana Del Rey might be the best-selling. But third best-selling artist, best-selling rap artist, though. Like, man, look. Eminem is one of the best-selling artists of all time. And his music is corny as shit. It's corny as shit. White people love corny shit, man. That's just facts. White people love corny shit, man. And not all white people, but a lot of them do. And at least in the mainstream, where they listen to stupid shit. Why you think Thrift Shop has 1.3 billion views? You think it's because of black people? For real? You think it's because of black people? In America? I don't really know where you got that thought at, bro. But I don't even think there's enough black people in America to listen to Thrift Shop 10 times over and get it to 1.3 billion views. I just really don't. I think that it's 37 million black people in America. I think so. Yeah, if every black person listened to Thrift Shop 10 times over, it would be at 370 million. Look, it's white people that are running the music industry. Yeah, and I'm not telling her to change her music. I'm telling her to stand up for yourself. At a show, if you go to a show and white people are saying the N-word, man, tell them to stop. Don't just sit there and be like, go on Twitter and go on a social tirade about how upset you are about it. Ain't nobody care on Twitter, bro. Ain't nobody give a shit. They're just gonna make fun of you. Now you're the internet's punching bag. If you actually take some time to out of your show to say, I don't really like that, and if y'all are gonna continue to do that, I'm gonna have to leave. They'll stop and they'll respect you if they're your real fans. So I do think she has a point, but this is the worst way to execute this ever. You do not go on a social tirade about something like this, man. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to smash that like button, make sure to smash that subscribe button, make sure to click those links in my description. It's the links to my clothing line, the links to my podcast, the links to my record label, Havoc Records, Havoc Clothing, and Hip Hop Injection. I have a fucking brain fart right there. And then all these links also include the social medias, and all these links also include my social medias. So make sure you'll check everything out. And I appreciate y'all for tuning in. New videos every day to every other day. Appreciate y'all. Peace.